Well, a very good afternoon. Welcome to a very wet and windy, quite unpleasantly Salbardalone. It's Sunday afternoon. It's 13:30. We're just about 1 week into this 9th edition of the Vendée Globe. On the dock just now, we have Jeremy Bayou's team working 24 hours a day trying to get his boat repaired. There will be a press conference tomorrow afternoon. We'll hear of the decision of Bayou and the Chiral team. Meantime, our guest today, we have Charles Caudrelier, who is the skipper of the old team Edmond de Rothschild, who has to go for the Jules Verne record. Charles, welcome. And in England, we have Ed Gorman, international sailing journalist, who's on standby for Sunday lunch, I think, Edward.
Morning. Morning.
Anyway, we'll come back to you in a second. On the course, it's transition time. The leaders are coming down into the northeasterly trade winds. Alex Thompson is on top and extending progressively now, and Sunday should see the foilers start to really make an impact, get up and foiling. True wind angles round about 100 degrees for the leaders. It's perfect conditions, and we spoke with Charlie Dallin this morning. He said he was doing 22, 23 knots, so the foilers really starting to work. But let's look at the standings at midday. And on top, as I said, Alex Thompson leading by 36.5 miles from Jean-Luc in second. Benjamin Dutra, the young rookie from Les Sables d'Olonne, he's still third, but the gap has opened now. He's more than 80 miles behind. Fourth is Thomas Riong, 125 miles behind the leader. Kevin Escoffier in fifth, about 11 miles behind Benjamin Dutra, and going faster. Damien Seguin in sixth. Charlie Dallin in seventh, going fast. Louis Burton in eighth. Yannick Besthaven in ninth. And in 10th, Britain's Sam Davis. Looking at the rest of the internationals, well, Boris Herrmann in 12th. He's going reasonably steadily, 13.1 knots of VMG. And then down in 17th, Switzerland's Alan Rura, 320 miles off the lead, but having a good race so far. Giancarlo Padotti from Italy in 19th place. And then Kojiro Shirashai, who's made a little bit of a gain, but he's got this problem with his mainsail. He's in 20th. Pip Hare 22nd, Didac 23rd, Miranda Meron 26th, and very close with Ari Husela. They actually crossed jibes last night. So that's the classements, the standings just now. Let's talk first of all to Charles Caudrelier. Charles, what's your situation just now? You were on standby, I believe. It's gone advanced of that and you're ready to go.
Yes, we have just passed to orange code, which means a start on Wednesday. So we are watching a windows to leave on Wednesday. It's not 100% sure perfect windows, but it's not too bad. And I think we have about 70% of chance to leave. We are watching the South Atlantic now. The north is good, and the south is not perfect. So waiting for the new forecast to confirm or cancel the start.
What's the key in the South Atlantic? What are you looking for there?
Oh, the goal is to pass Cape of Good Hope in less than 12 days. What we are watching is we are not really looking at the doldrums. The key is to arrive in 11 days south of Good Hope with a low pressure. So you need to catch this low pressure in the south of Brazil. And then you have this low pressure to cross the Indian Ocean. So this is very complicated situation to find. And we would like to be under 12 days or 11 days because the record was not very fast until Cape of Good Hope, but he did a fantastic Indian Ocean. So we would like to have 1 day or maybe 2 days less than was Idek when he breaks the record.
And how have you updated the boat for this record? What have you done to it?
What we have done to the boat? We have done a lot of things during the winter. We have improved the windage a lot, and also the foils. We have improved the foils. So the boat is really faster this year than it was last year. I think we made some good gain. Maybe 2 or 3 knots upwind and sometimes the same downwinds, which is huge. Huh? So yes, this is a good improvement for the Maxi in 2020.
And you obviously run routes all the time. What's achievable? What's a possible record?
We have done some statistics, so this is statistic, but I was surprised how good was the statistic, and we explained that because the boat is really faster than was the EDEC, but it means that we can run around the planet with the boat in perfect condition, which we have never done more than 6 days in the perfect condition. So, but we can do less than 40 days for sure, and on 6,000 statistic route course we have done, 40% sometimes of them beat the record in November and December, which is huge. And 10% of them are under 39 days and 10% are under 40 days. So that's what we are hoping to do. But of course, this is statistic, and we know it will be the tough job will be to run around the world with the boat in perfect condition, which is really difficult.
Tell me, what do you have an Oscar system on board?
Yes, we have all the system. We have a system to avoid fish in the daggerboard. Not sure it's working, but he's doing a ultrasonic sound, and the fish are supposed to go away, run away, or wake up if they hear the noise. And on the top of the mast, we have the Oscar system, which is a camera which can be infrared or visibility. And then we hope we will see an iceberg or something small in the water, but we hope for the ice it will be good.
Charles, talk to me about the Vendée Globe then. Your thoughts on this first week. It's been very atypical of the normal race, if there's such a thing.
Yeah, it was a tough start, honestly. Yes, it's a very difficult race, and we already have seen that lots of boats have problem, and also skippers are very tired, and so yes, it was a very difficult start.
Tell me your favourite boat in the race, if you had the choice.
It's a difficult choice because, but I told already that I like Occitane. I think the shape of the hull and the foil are very clever, and with more time it will be in the future. I'm sure it will be a reference. And but there is plenty of boats which have good idea, and there is no perfect boat today, I think. And you can pick up some idea in different boats and make the best boat. But I think Occitane is a very smart boat.
Alex's boat, the Hugo Boss, and his approach.
Hugo Boss, for sure, it's a good boat. He will not be leading, but I think also Alex is doing a fantastic job. We can see he's very tough. He doesn't look so tired. I think yeah, he's a big favorite for me today. It's obvious because he's leading, but we can feel he's very strong, and now he has a lot of experience, and he goes fast. He's very impressive for me.
And obviously Jeremy's a good friend of yours and a crewmate with you on Dongfeng. What will be his motivation to go back?
It's difficult for sure. Jeremy he was not doing the Vendée Globe to do it. He was doing it to win. So for him it's a disaster for sure to stop like that, and it's difficult to find motivation. But I think he has a fantastic sponsor. He has a fantastic boat. His team has worked a lot for him to base the base boat, and I think he can do a fantastic comeback. He can why not maybe try to beat the record, because I don't think the guy with the start they had, they will do a fantastic time. And so maybe, who knows, he can have opportunity. And yes, he's a very good sailor. His boat is one of the faster boats, so he can do an amazing comeback. That's what I think he's going to go for, and finish the story with this boat.
Charles, wait with us 1 minute. We're going to connect you to Ed Gorman just in a second. First of all, we're going to listen to Boris Herrmann, who is in 12th place. He's doing a steady job, shall we say. This was Boris this morning.
Sorry. Did you speak to me?
We're Boris, I hope. Boris audio.
It's actually one of the hardest weeks for me that I can remember at sea. With the first very strong cold front and then the tropical depression. And in between, I was completely stuck in a high pressure ridge. That was probably the worst moment for me. You know that sometimes being in light wind is very more stressful than in very strong wind. And then now we have reached this pretty nice zone with light breeze and not too many strategical problems. I expect that we can more or less go straight ahead today, straight south. We will reach a zone with stronger wind over the day, and in the evening be all up and running quite fast on our foils, and probably a smaller head sail. So the job of today is to switch gears 1 or 2 times from the big Janical Code Zero to a smaller head sail. But we don't need to worry about positioning anymore. We are positioned on our way south, and we go straight ahead with this nice weather that gives us an opportunity to take time for us, recover, get some rest, sleep, and enjoy also the good conditions here.
So Boris Herrmann then still looking nice and calm and collected on board Sea Explorer Yacht Club de Monaco and doing a good job, nice and steady. Ed Gorman, how are you?
I'm very well. I'm afraid I haven't heard a word that Charles has said.
Ed, just give us a question for Charles then.
Well, my question, it looks as though you guys can get away after a very short time on standby, which must be a great relief to be able to set sail on Wednesday.
I couldn't hear.
Sorry, Charles, it was just saying you must be relieved that it was a short standby.
Can you repeat, because it's not clear?
Yeah, Ed was just asking you that you're relieved that it was a relatively short standby.
I'm sorry, the connection is not good.
Can you still hear me?
It looks better now?
Yeah, Ed was just saying it's been good that it's a short standby period for you. You're ready to go.
Of course, we had an idea to leave on the first day of the standby, and then we say, okay, it's not good. It's too short to take too early. If it has been in January, maybe we will have taken this opportunity, but it was not perfect. So and then you don't take it, and then you can see what we can see the forecast of the Vendée Globe. The North Atlantic was a disaster since a week, and the forecast was not very good for the next week, but it has improved a lot on the last day, on the last 24 hours. So yes, we are really afraid to not to find the good opportunity and to regret, or maybe not to take one and have no more opportunity in the future, which has already happened in the story of the Trophée Jules Verne. So yeah, it's good to leave early, and it's a perfect timing for us for the summer in the south, because we will have a long day and short night, and also we will have the opportunity to use the satellite picture of the Vendée Globe, which it's a big cost if we have to pay for them, and then we will have that. So it's a perfect timing if we can leave on Wednesday for sure.
And now our weather router, Christian Dumard, was telling us that in terms of the routing he can see, you could reach the Cape of Good Hope at the same time as Alex might. So effectively going twice as fast.
Yeah. That's the speed of the boat is nearly around twice time faster, and the forecast for us is much better because we can choose when we leave, which is not the case for them. And maybe yes, I didn't try, but it seems to be possible. Yes.
And how does it work with Frank on board? Who does what?
Sorry, who does what?
With Frank. Who does what on board?
Well, we are sharing everything. Actually, I'm the watch captain when he's sleeping, and he's the watch captain when I sleep. And we have Marcel Van Triest on shore for the routing and the navigation. And then we have some time. We spend some time together with Frank to discuss about navigation, and so it's very simple. And when we are doing maneuver or something like that, Frank is driving because he has a big experience of this boat, and I have more muscle in my arm, so So usually front drive, and I'm leading the maneuver and in the cockpit with the guys.
Say Jean Le Cam going around the world and doing very well at 61. For you, Charles, there's the opportunity to go to do your full program and then still do the Vendée Globe.
Yes, of course. Jean Le Cam is amazing, but yeah, I have more time than I expected to win the Vendée Globe. Actually, I thought it will be dead in the next 5 years, but looking at Jean Le Cam, why not?
Listen, Charles, I've got two questions from the internet for you. From Ferdy from Poland. What is more fun to sail, a VO65 or an Ultime? I think we might know the answer, but what's your preference?
Very easy question. Ultime, yes, of course. But my dream will be to do the Volvo Ocean Race on an Ultime. Wow. And
another question was about safety harnesses. Do you always wear safety harnesses on deck?
No, the fact is it's very safe to sail on the Maxi Edmond de Rothschild because we are inside the cockpit. So we don't really need to put the life jacket. And we have no water on the deck where we are working in a completely safe zone. So yeah, like probably Alex don't need to put a life jacket when he's inside this boat. It is the same for us, which is very, very safe. And so no water and we are really inside the box. So it's quite safe. But as soon as we leave the box, we put the life jacket.
Good, Charles. Anyway, we'll be watching you all the way round. Good luck with your trophy, Jules Verne, and hope you get the perfect weather. Thank you so much, Charles.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
That's Charles Caudrelier, then the skipper of the Ultime Edmond de Rothschild. Now, Clarisse Kremer had a few nervous moments. She's a first-timer out in the Vendée Globe, and she freaked out, as she said in some of her messages. She's on much better form, and we spoke with her this morning.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to try to sum up everything in English. So, as you can see, I'm in a much better mood than a few days ago. I'm getting used to my boat and getting used to the race. The weather has been quite nice for the past 24 hours, so I've been able to rest and to sleep a lot during the night, and I've been able to eat and to organize my boat. Today I'm going to work a little on a few things I have to repair. And yes, I'm feeling much better, and it was a bit hard to see all the guys going very fast just before me, and but it was a choice I made to be safe during the bad weather we had for a couple of days, and so I don't regret, and I'm quite happy to be a bit less focused on the rankings. I'm more focused on my race, on my boat, and I have only one goal for this race, it is to just enjoy, because I'm very lucky to be here, so I don't want to be the one crying because I'm not happy on my boat. So so yeah, the first week was a lot of learning, and I hope it's going to be a lot of learning during the whole Vendée Globe.
So Clarisse Kremer back on form, the big smile is back, and she's back in race mode. Let's look at the 3D animation, which gives us a really good indication of what's been happening over the last few hours on this Vendée Globe. So starting off with a little bit of a flashback to yesterday morning, Saturday, the fleet is seen slowly extricating itself out of this tropical depression theta, heading down towards the edge of the high pressure seen here. And we can start to see the wind increase. The first competitors are out there in the west side, and stronger breeze out there. You've got PRB, Apavia linked out, who are the first to change jibe on the edge of the high pressure system. And then the famous seagull wing in the high pressure zone, the jibing angles. Next to come, we see Hugo Boss and Jean Le Cam extending out in front. And at this point, yes, we can. Jean Le Cam still out in the lead. But tonight, in a very unstable wind and breeze moving around a little bit, Alex Thompson took the lead again. And this is his strongest point. And from here, maybe it will be a little bit of Alex's one-man show. The trade winds are building just now. The east-northeasterly wind will become a little bit more stable over the course of the day, and favourable winds for the foilers, who must finally be able to fly. So by midday today, Hugo Boss was doing over 9, and the daggerboard boats will be losing out just a little bit. The other thing we should look at as well is the meteo, the weather situation for today. And as I say, it's about the transition that's coming down into the trade winds, and this is the weather. Well, the weather situation for today, Sunday, it's very much about a transition zone for the leaders, getting down into the trade winds, getting into a more established routine. And for the boats still up here at the top of Theta in this lighter zone, there's opportunities to get moving, but the gap is widening all the time. Looking first of all, let's say, at the leaders, well, Hugo Boss is here, just coming down out of the transition zone. He should see, Alex Thompson should see the trades building over the course of the day and becoming a little bit more settled, and we will see him accelerate away a little bit. And then all the time, this transition zone just coming out of the blue area into the green, that is where the breeze is settling, and they will accelerate. Interesting to note here on the edge of Theta to see that MACSF, that's Isabelle Joschke, and perhaps less so, Koji Shirashi and DMG Morai. Now they've done quite well coming down the west side of Theta as Theta moves away, and so they've actually, what they say in France is coupe la fromage. They've cut the corner nicely and they have gained some miles back, but they have this little area of high pressure to come across, and there may be some chances to get back at them. So let's now look at the second chart, which is this one here, which you can see the wind barbs a little bit easier. I say this is the transition zone we're talking about here, coming down into the trade winds. You can see that the trade winds, the further east you go, are more north, and they curve and are more easterly the further down the track you come. So this is Hugo Boss here in about 15 knots of northeasterly just now. Jean Le Cam here, much the same wind conditions, and then I say Alex is accelerating down here, and then down by about here, kind of just northwest of the Cabo Verdes, the Cape Verde Islands. That's when the wind builds most, around about 20 to 25 knots. The other thing we're talking about is the wind shadow of the Cape Verdes. Now, the highest mountain on the Cape Verde Islands is 2,900 meters. And so consequently, we have this wind shadow, which actually extends to 178, 180 miles to the southwest of the Cape Verdes. So it's worth considering in terms of the routing there. In general terms then, into the trade winds, well, the trade winds are not as settled as one might expect. You can see the wind speeds differing by 10 knots and the wind direction varying by 15 degrees, something like that, over the course of the day. So it's not all simple motorway sailing. You're still trimming all the time, and it's going to be pretty intense, but it is going to be 4 days or 5 days on this jibe, and so a chance to get into the routine and enjoy Sunday. So a chance to enjoy Sunday indeed. Ed Gorman, you've covered, I think, 5 Vendée Globes?
Yes, I think so, Andy.
Well, how does this one shape up, in your opinion?
Well, I think it's a fascinating race. Obviously, had a very unusual build-up with the transatlantics cancelled and the new Arctique race. But at the same time, we've seen a record fleet, 33 boats. And then I think what we all agreed has been a very unusual weather picture in the first week, which has presented big challenges for all the skippers trying to settle into the race and to find their feet.
And obviously the news with Jeremy Bayou, that's a big loss to the race.
Yeah, I agree. One of the things I was looking forward to was the possibility that we could see a real battle between Jeremy and Alex, a little bit like the kind of war of Shaw in the last race, Alex and Leclerc. So I think it's a great loss, and obviously for Jeremy himself, it's a nightmare. I, for one, really hope that he does get back on the course and show us what that boat is capable of.
And meantime, Alex going pretty well.
Yeah, he's going very well. Obviously, in the build-up, the big question, especially in French mind, was how fast this Hugo Boss would be, how the boat shape up when racing against them for the first time, apart from a very brief 2019 at the beginning of the Dakar. And I think what we can see already is that the confidence in the team in the fleet of that boat is not misplaced, and sailing it full on just as he always does. It's interesting that his team revealed that he broached very violently when he was sailing towards the centre of the it's at that point that he actually dived back out into starboard. So he's had one big drama already, and supporters will be hoping that it hasn't damaged the rig anyway, because he ended up actually flat on the side head to.
Well, let's watch Alex over the next few days. Ed, thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully you'll join us over the course of the race and give us your informed opinion. Thank you. Alexia Barry, we spoke with her this morning. She's really on form. She's been through the worst of the weather for her and her first Vendée Globe, and she has a big smile.
Hi, everything is okay on board. Back of the fleet, of course, we have less wind, but I can tell you I'm super happy and proud to be at sea at this amazing race. I'm so happy. So on board, everything is okay. Nothing bad, nothing big was broken during those last days. So I had little work inside the boat, but nothing bad. And today it's really sunny and it's getting warmer. You see, I'm with my t-shirt, so I keep believing that I can maybe go with Miranda and Harry if I get a little bit faster. And my goal in the few days is to catch speed. I would love to catch speed, but for now I just try to win going a little south and east. And happy life on board for my coach here, Captain Planet, having me when I have maneuvers to do. So happy at sea on CSA for my planet.
Alexia Barry there on For My Planet and looking to be on good form. Just a quick update from Charlie Dallin, who was on the French show. He's found the wind conditions as he was doing about 20-22 knots. He was talking about the decision to move out to the west was because the storm was too early on in the race for him to take any risks with his boat. He did the calculation of what he could afford to lose and try and make up, and you can see that Alex Thompson went for it and has built up quite a good gap. He said he had a good night last night, flat seas, slightly lighter winds, used his code 0, slept more than he has so far in the race. The wreck before he got a little bit of sleep but not some proper rest. When you get your first proper nap, then it really takes you into a better place. So that's Charlie Dallin off the French show this morning. Join us tomorrow at the same time here in Les Sables d'Olonne. Our guest will be a double Vendée Globe winner, Michel Desjoyeux. Join us then.